friends, today we are doing it again. We are going to read books that Libby tells me to. We are going to, throughout the series, of the course of this video, be checking our Libby app, checking the skip the line, checking the audiobooks, and seeing what is good. Right now, there isn't really anything that I want to read. I'm not going to do this with I have to pick something. I will keep checking throughout the day, throughout the week, and whenever something good pops up, I will come and let you know. But I just wanted to say, hey, let you know what was happening, and let's get into it. Okay, guys, it is the next morning, almost 9 o'clock, and I just popped this open, and I saw, I don't know what is happening with this, why the color looks so weird, but I found this, Made for Each Other by Lynn Painter, and I think this is what we're gonna go with for our first read. So this will be what we read first. Okay, guys, we're back at it with our Libby video, and I did finish Made for Each Other by Lynn Painter, and I did not come and talk to you guys even one time because honestly I listened to it in one sitting. The audio was only 8 hours and I listened to it at 3 times speed, but I listened to it while I was working and helping out at my friend's business yesterday, so I didn't have the opportunity to film anything. But it was so good. I gave it 4 stars and I loved it. Like, I really want to get a physical copy because I really enjoyed this book. I think it's my first time ever trying Lynn Painter's adult work, which I've heard really bad things about, honestly, from everybody that I've ever heard talk about it. And about her, like, adult books. But this book was just so cute. So, I obviously forget the characters' names. I'm pretty sure the guy's name was Declan, only because I hate that name, so it was really easy to remember. What is Girly Poppy's name? Abby. Abby, yeah. So, there's this girl, Abby, and we start the book with her, like, waking up in an apartment that isn't hers. She knows that she's there, and she's like, okay, I gotta get out of here really quick. She is a maid, and it's one of her many jobs. And we find out that, like, her apartment had some sort of infestation and is being fumigated, so she needed to, like, be gone for however long, like a week. The lights on my tree died. That's very depressing. But she basically, oh my god, my brain is scrambled eggs. So, she needs somewhere to stay. She didn't have anywhere to stay, so she's like, whatever, I know this client is out of town. He's like a bazillionaire, it's like this giant apartment, whatever. So she wakes up, she hears people in the house. His parents are in the kitchen eating her blueberry muffins, whatever, and funnily enough, he has this lie going with his family that he has a girlfriend named Abby. It is this, like, made-up story this whole time, and so, like, whenever they're like, oh my god, are you Abby? And she's like, yeah. They're like, oh, it's so great to finally meet you. Are we gonna see you later? And she's like, yeah, I gotta go, bye. So she kind of runs out of there and is so confused, like, how do these people know my name? What's going on? This is so strange. Declan gets home, his parents are like, oh my god, we met Abby this morning, and he's like, what do you mean? So with all of his money and power, he finds Abby at her, like, grocery store job, and he goes and talks to her, and he's like, well, you got me in this predicament. I'm going to get you fired from your job unless you pretend to be my girlfriend for, like, the weekend or some nonsense for some events that they're going to go to. And she's like, basically, they end up making this deal that she's going to do it for $40K. And she's, like, very struggling for money. Her mom sucks. Her dad's not around. She's like, how is this man just, like, throwing $40K away, like it doesn't even matter to him, and whatever, I'll do it. And so obviously they start fake dating, and she is killing the game. Everybody loves her. She's doing amazing. But then, and she wants the $40,000 and to stay in his apartment for the next week. He agrees. He's going to be staying at a hotel, but then all the hotels are overbooked in, I think it's like in Nebraska is where this takes place, Omaha. And so he needs to stay in his guest room. So whatever. He comes back. But then since they're both staying there, they start talking. They start getting to know each other. They start liking each other. But then it's all of this. Everybody knows this lie about them besides one of his friends. He also is doing like some like possible shady business deals with one of his friends. And so it's like this story of them faking dating until they fall in love, of course. And it was really good. I super duper enjoyed it. And then last night, it's been a really long couple of days and I need to like continue on. I was like before I went to bed last night, I was like, okay, let me just check and see if there's anything available. And this book, the audio was available. This is We Live Here Now by Sarah Pinborough. I have the like fancy edition. And so this is a pretty short audiobook. We will be listening to this soon. I don't know if I'm going to listen to it today, but we will be listening to it very soon, and I'm excited to get into this one. This is the next book I'm going to start. Probably not. As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by my camera dying. I'm going to be starting this next. I'm going to be starting it tomorrow because it's 7 o'clock, and I do still have work to do today, but I've read a 3-star book and a 2-star book, and I'm losing my will to read, so I need to just watch YouTube and veg out while I work. My back is in really bad pain right now. So I will check in with you guys tomorrow when I'm about halfway through this book. So far this month, the first book that we read for this video, Maid for Each Other, is my favorite book I've read this month. Like, I gave it 4 stars. It was really good, better than all my other 4 stars this month. So we're at least like doing, this video is bringing me joy. So I'm hoping that this book brings me joy. So yeah. Let me just, for reference for you guys, Storygraph shows you your average rating for the month. I would love to show you guys that. My average rating for the month so far, if it would focus, is a 3.26. Devastating, horrible, disgusting energy. So we've had 1 star, we've had 2 stars, we've had so many 3 stars, and I'm over it. I really, really am. Okay guys, we're about to get started on this book, and I will say I've been trying to not look at the skip the line. I try to not look at it while I actively have a book out, because then I get sad if there's something I would want to read more. And I did look last night and there was something I would want to read more, but I'm like, we're sticking with this because both of them were books from my TBR. One of them was The Devil She Knows, but I'm like, I'm having a really bad experience with every read right now, so maybe switching genres is what we need. So this audio is only 8 hours and 48 minutes, and I listened to audio at 3 times speed. It's currently 9 o'clock. We should be done with this before noon. So let's go. Okay guys, we are about halfway through this book. Oh my god, the glare was crazy right there. This book, which is We Live Here Now by Sarah Pinborough, and I'm really enjoying this, which I'm happy. It's not giving 5-star, but it is giving 4-star, and like truly this month 4-star is like as good as I'm even hoping, because it's been so bad. So basically in this book, this is dual point of view. We've got Emily the wife and Freddie the husband. Those are our POVs. I'm pretty sure it's only those 2. There is these sections that say like me, and then it goes into like you. I'm not really sure what that's about. The chapters are so short though, like that's a whole chapter. But basically we have this couple, Emily and Freddie, and they moved into this house that has been vacant for quite a while. The neighbors in this small town are happy to see somebody's living there again. They have kind of been going through it. We find out like bits and pieces of like their own personal stories that I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to spoil anything, but that led to their relationship being kind of on the rocks. And while their relationship was on the rocks, they were at some sort of event where Emily sustained an injury to her leg that left her, or sustained an injury. She went into the hospital. She ended up with sepsis and a coma. She now is walking with a walking stick and is having a lot of lingering effects from this sepsis. So they move into the house, and she's very paranoid of any sort of like cut, bruise, anything, because she's just had this extremely traumatic experience at the hospital. And she is kind of on edge, as well as like everybody's kind of on edge. So during the night, Emily starts hearing things in the house, sounds of people walking, a bunch of weird things. Like, she'll walk into the room, a bunch of books will fly off the shelf. Like, creepy things are happening, but they're only happening to her. However, her husband is experiencing, like, the house having, like, this really bad draft, but then, like, she'll be like, it's so hot in here, and he's like, why are you opening the windows? She's like, I'm not opening the windows. Look at the thermometer. It's hot as hell in this house. And he's like, nah, it's so cold. And she's like, maybe that's something. But, like, the books that fell off, like, if you read the first word of each book, it says, like, you will die here. They pulled out a Ouija board, and weird things started happening with that. She was in the bathroom taking a shower, and it was like somebody was on the opposite side of the mirror writing words to her. A bunch of really creepy things are happening in this house, but, of course, her husband doesn't believe her. He thinks that all of this is part of her, like, post-sepsis shock situation, and he's like calling her doctors behind her back, like saying she's kind of losing it. And I actually really hate Freddie, if I'm being honest with you. And so they're kind of making friends with the people in the town, including prior people who lived here, which is this one couple where the wife, I don't really know what she does, but the husband, he like paints nude portraits of women. And so they have a very interesting dynamic, that couple, as well as Emily has gone to the nursing home of this 90-year-old woman who, like, I think, like, was one of the people who lived here as well. Like, all of these years ago, they owned it. Trying to figure out if it is haunted. So that's kind of where we're at. A bunch of weird, creepy things are happening. Nobody believes her, classic. And that is one of the reasons that it's definitely not a 5, is I hate the trope of a woman being afraid of something and something weird happening and every man in their life saying, well, obviously you're mentally ill. Doesn't sit well with me, but overall, I am having so much fun with this. It's a great time. So, we're gonna go finish her up. We have finished this book, and yeah, I have for sure given this 4 stars. This was so good. It was kind of giving towards the end. I support women's rights and I support women's wrongs. And there's so many reveals and twists and turns. I almost don't want to say anything about them because this is like a horror book and it's supposed to be reveals. But just know I really enjoyed this and gave it 4 stars. For our final book, I did just get the, what's it called? The audio from Skip the Line, and this is kind of like a loop-de-loop because I have to go film an entire other video, which it's fine because I have all 3 audiobooks for the other video, so it works out swimmingly. But next up is going to be Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. I have at this point in time only read book 1, and this is book 3. This is my favorite cover of all of them. I love like this like hollowish bluish foil. I love her little nose ring. She's so cute. But, and this one's blurred by Abby J. That's my girl. But, this is book 3 in the series. You guys will have already seen the other video where I am reading books I picked that Disney picked, I think. It's undetermined. But in that video, I am going to read this. I'm going to listen to this today, hopefully finish it. These audiobooks are pretty long because these books are like over 400 pages. How long is the audio for this? I think it's at like 14 or something hours. 15 hours for this one, and I think 12 hours for the other one. So, but I have all of the books for the other video, so they're all 12 hours. It's kind of weird. So I am going to, well, I'll probably finish This Could Be Us and something else, start something else. But anywho, I will be reading this book as our final book, but it probably won't be till next week. There's recipes! Brownie batter dip. I've made one of those before. Hash brown casserole, yum. Sweet potato pecan pie. I don't really like that idea. White Cadillac cocktail. I don't drink alcohol. Aunt Evelyn's chow chow. Okay. But, yeah. I'm excited. I literally, Before I Let Go, is one of my favorite books that I've read this year, so I'm so excited to continue onward. guys, I'm about 60% of the way through. Can't get enough. I fear I forgot to do any time lapse. I was very in the zone this morning. But so far, this book is giving 4 stars, which I'm a little bit sad about because of how much I loved the first 3 books. But this one's just not feeling as emotionally gripping as the other ones. It still may be. This one is the longest, so maybe there's recipes in here too. Cute. Oh, it's the same recipes. But maybe the ending will be. So basically, this is Hendrix's story, and she is like the rich aunt. She doesn't want kids. She's just kind of she's like running this show, making all this money, buying expensive gifts for everybody, blah, blah, blah. We start out, she's at some sort of white party for the like star of her new show, and she runs into this guy there who is the tech mogul Maverick Bell, who is this girl's boyfriend. So she thinks. Because this is dual point of view, we know that they've been broken up for about a month, but they wanted to basically pretend they were still together until after this premiere so that it looks good for business, and they broke up afterwards. And now he is kind of like pursuing her. The reason that he and the girl broke up is because she really wanted kids, and he had kids when he had a daughter when he was young, and he doesn't really want to start over again and have any more kids, so they broke up, meaning he and Hendrix are a pretty good pair because she doesn't really want children. But it's this sticky situation because she is working with his ex and she doesn't want things to get awkward. During all of this, she is also dealing with the fact that her mother is dealing with Alzheimer's, and she is living in Charlotte, North Carolina, and Hendrix lives in Atlanta, and her mom does not want to move out of her house, and it's one of those things where they almost don't want to move her because it can make things worse with somebody with a memory condition to be in a new environment. So Hendrix's aunt and her mom's sister come to stay with her, but Hendrix is kind of going back and forth dealing with this situation with her mom. But like, it's been interesting, and there's been a lot going on in all these situations, but really nothing like yes, the situation with her mom is deep and sad and heartbreaking, but at the same time we haven't gotten anywhere that's really like pulling at my hearts yet. But I do have a feeling that will come in the second half. But I do think that this is my least favorite. Like the other two were 5 stars after like chapter 2. This one is right now feeling like a 4, possibility of turning into a 5. Who knows? We will see. Alrighty, cutie pies, we have finished Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. Finished it days ago, and I went to go edit this video and realized it didn't have an ending. So here we are. This book I did end up giving 4 stars. It is the only book in the series that didn't get the full 5 from me, and I am a little bit sad about that. But I just didn't, which is very strange, I didn't feel super connected to Hendrix, which she is the most like me out of all the characters. Like, I don't have kids, I don't want kids, I have no interest in that, I just want to be like living my life doing my thing. But there was just something about her story that didn't grip me in the same way that Soledad and Yasmin's story did, but regardless, it was still beautiful. I loved getting to see how they worked through everything with her mom, and how, what was his name? Maverick. How Maverick really knew how to help her through these things, having dealt with very similar issues with his grandfather, and seeing Maverick meet Hendrix's mom and their relationship together was so pure. There was this one specific scene with them that literally like did give me goosebumps, but it also felt a bit long. I think maybe if it was like 75 pages shorter and got to the point a bit faster, then it could have been a 5-star. But regardless, Kennedy Ryan is amazing, wonderful, great. She is beauty, she is grace. And I'm happy to literally read anything by her. I've given her 2 5-stars and 2 4-stars, and I consider that a big fat win. I also consider this video a big fat win. 3 4-star reads. That has not happened in so long. I have been in a having a series of unfortunate events with my reading, basically, where everything is so very mid. So having a video where all of the books were wins, they're all books that I would recommend. We first read the Lynn Painter Made for Each Other book. That was a surprise. I wasn't sure how I would feel about that, and I'm happy I really liked it. Then we read We Live Here Now, which was a horror/thriller. Haven't been really vibing with them at all this year, so was very thrilled that that one worked out. And then we ended up with this one, which was great. So honestly, wonderful experience. Libby, you never let me down, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!